hometown and surrounding area. Tiger Talk is brought to you by And Tiger Talk brought to you by Whistle Stop Donuts, Hancock's Neighborhood Market in Katie's delicious homemade goodness, Mrs. McLovett's Cupcakes, Strain Beans Coffee House, Perry's Floors and More, and Brantley Furniture in downtown Princeton. Stay tuned. Tiger Talk coming up next.
Make the morning great with a stop at Whistle Stop Donuts on West Main Street in Princeton. Whistle Stop makes their donuts fresh daily, and they're ready on your way to work or school. They have a wide variety of fresh donuts, so you can surprise the office with a dozen delicious donuts. And remember, after 11 a.m., donuts are only $5 per dozen through August 8th. Stop by Whistle Stop today and enjoy a donut or a dozen. They're open 5 a.m. to noon, Monday through Saturday. Whistle Stop Donuts on West Main in Princeton.
Hancock's Neighborhood Market on Commerce Street in Katie's is the place to shop for delicious homemade goodness. Hancock's makes their own fresh chicken salad, pimento cheese, salads, and a variety of mouth-watering desserts sure to please your entire family. While at Hancock's, be sure to visit their meat department for the best selection of USDA choice meats in the area. Hancock's Neighborhood Market in Katie's, hometown, homemade goodness, and the Hancock name you know and trust for quality for your family. Hancock's Neighborhood Market on Commerce Street in Katie's. And welcome to Tiger Talk here on your hometown radio station, WPKY The Tiger. Pleasure to welcome into the WPKY studios. I have Brother Harrell Riley and Torey Hammett in here today. And we're talking about SolQuest, and boy, it's going to be here before we know it. How are you gentlemen today?
Doing good, Ty. Thanks for having us in, man.
Love to have you guys. It's good to see you, and it's upon us.
It's creeping very quickly.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about it. It's exciting. Hard work.
Yeah, well, it looked like it wasn't ever going to get here, and now it's here, so we got to deal with it. And we are excited. We got entertainment. Some things going on I don't even know what's going on, but entertainment going on, music related for Saturday and Sunday that I think will be pleasing to about any ear for any kind of music, from some hip hop to some kind of techno dance type music. And then we got easy listening radio, contemporary Christian type music, K-Love type music, and then backing that up. That's Saturday, and then Sunday backing that up with a heavy portion of the Crabb family, from Jason Crabb, which of course is the headliner of the whole family, known worldwide. Actually, he's a worldwide singer. His brother Adam Crabb, and then the sister and her family, the Bowlings, and they're busy. They're booked everywhere. They're fitting us into their schedule for this big event. So I just can't imagine missing that out in the middle of a field. We got cool weather. Guys bless us with cool weather. It's not what it normally is mid-August. So it's all set up perfect for a lawn chair and some vendor food and just hanging out.
Yeah, unbelievable, and just a tremendous lineup. I read some of it during the community news, and it all gets underway Saturday. I mean, you go right to the stage, and not only just start with music, but you've got entertainment too. You've got folks around there that are putting on presentations and shows, and the music is of course the main focus of this. And of course just praising Him for all this, the natural beauty that we're going to witness, but. Tell us about there's stuff for everybody out there.
Well, Paul Daly will be back along with Peanut and Lori Cope with God's Cowboy Armor and Wild Horse Ministries. They'll be down at the bottom of the hill for the horse lovers and those kind of things, making displays and other things to happen, as well as everything from the Heaven Bound Clowns from Alabama and the Crazy Tie Guy and Clint Clarneau, who is creative for the Creator, doing painting and arting. To share, so you will not have a void in what's going on. So the kids, everybody can come out, hang out, pack your lunch if you want to, grab the vendors. They'll be out there with barbecue and burgers and everything imaginable to eat. And so Torey just said he's going to eat all weekend as we do this. So it is a good time, and we want folks to come out. Now, here's what I'm challenged to tell everybody and be sure that the message gets out there. I was passing by some stuff yesterday, and people are renting out their backyards. Folks are coming up with new ways as we talk to rent out parking lots and those kind of things. Everything that we have going on, aside from the vending, is absolutely free. Meaning, the only thing you got to spend is what you want to spend, and that's out there and available through the vending. But all this entertainment, all the stuff that's going on is absolutely free. Don't miss it, because there have been sponsors and folks who have given us liberty. The volunteers themselves, which come close to 300 now, have invested almost $12,000 in it themselves to be sure that the community and folks around here can come out and participate. I got to share with Rotary the other day, and here's what I would challenge you to do. I know that sometimes things seem like an inconvenience, and they seem like, I'm not 100% sure what all is going to happen, and it may be a large crowd. And for some, that makes people nervous. But the reality is we've got an opportunity with 19 plus countries, 35, 36 states to connect dots with people. It's a huge opportunity for our community to raise the banner and let folks know Little Princeton is here. Come back and see us. So we need your help. Come out and be a part of it. Let folks see the good hometown, slow-paced world that we live in. Embrace folks and be a part of what only God can do. And that's our message completely, and that is this is a once-in-a-lifetime event. And if you miss it, you miss it, and it's something only God can do. My question would be, why would you not want to be a part of something like that?
Right. And let's allay, before we get into some more details, we'll take a break here in a second, but let's talk about those fears and anxieties people might have. First of all, you just reassure them, and let's talk about that and go in a little bit more detail, because I think some people probably are a little reluctant. Sure. I don't want to get out in that mess, and the traffic's going to be horrible. Let's talk about the preparation and some of the things you have in place, because in the meetings I've been in, I've heard this. SolQuest and Harrell Riley is the most organized and the most prepared for this than anything. That's what I've heard. Now, I'm just repeating what I've heard here.
Well,
but, our city and county and everybody has come together and done a fantastic job. I've been sitting on some of those meetings, and I think we're all prepared for this. But let's allay some of those fears and let folks know that if they decide to go out there, that it's going to be okay.
Well, Torey alluded to something there a minute ago. It is such a beast of a project that there are volunteers who don't know all the components that are going on, but for instance, we've gone through a process to hand off particular pieces of this project to folks. Torey's in charge of the stage and the personalities and the presentation on Saturday and Sunday night. We have a security team. Sam Arnett's got 20 guys that are planned and prepared to help keep an eye on things and make it a family-friendly event. We have given prohibition to certain things being on there, and we're going to have a check-in station. We have maps that everybody, I just stopped, and there's 10,000 maps being printed so that people can get around. And we have all the porta potties. We have all the hand-washing stations. We have everything prepared to make this a convenient event while they're out there. Now, what I would say to folks is this. We've worked with the EOC from Christian County and from Caldwell County, preparation with the ham radios, preparation with the plumb box, which gives us liberty to communicate even if everybody else can't. We have a helicopter pad that's already been marked off, and they've checked it out, and there'll be a wind sock up. So if, God forbid, there was an accident or a health issue where somebody needs to be attended to quickly, we have a plan in place. I know that folks are concerned about sex trafficking and other things, the traffic on the highway. What I would say to that is this. We cannot be oblivious to the fact that there are criminals and other things in our world that can look towards taking advantage of things. But I would say this, through the Department of Transportation taking care of the highway, the security and other things that we've done in relation to the Sheriff's Department and everything else, there's a plan in place. You have to be cautious, but I don't think that you have to be scared. You can come out, watch things are happening. We have an Amber Alert already presented that we will use to get that put in place, closing the gates if necessary. But I think the reality is those folks are going to places like the Super Bowl and other events where it's a constant plan. This is a situation nobody's ever experienced. There may be some elements around here that we're not necessarily comfortable with, but I think that at the most, these are family-friendly folks that are coming in to check out science in this event, and the focus is not on criminal activity, it's on the event itself, and we prepared on our side just as though you would at your own home to take care of your own business. For instance, you're going to walk out your door and lock the door. You can't do anything other than that. So we've done everything necessary to take care of folks, and we want people to come out and be a part of it.
Awesome.
It would be like homecoming out here. There's going to be a little inconvenience, meaning at homecoming at the football stadium, there's a whole lot of extra people out there, and you just know when you go, it's going to take longer to get in. You're going to have to walk a little further, and it's going to take you longer to get home. Same thing. There's not going to be, I don't think, a disastrous gridlock or anything that's going to cause us to sense that Armageddon or the apocalypse has happened.
Right.
There's going to be some inconveniences and some things that we're not familiar with. That's it.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I kind of liken it to. You know, we've all been to maybe not all of us, but many of us, large sporting events where there's 60, 70,000 people. You drive to a stadium. Now, granted, they're in large cities and there's more arteries maybe to get there and stuff, but it's not like that. It's foreign for us to have thousands of people in one place. Now it is a little bit more around here. It doesn't happen all the time. But we've all been to those kind of events, and
they've made good arrangements too
yes.
to get people off of 91, coming into that property, so that it's not, you're not checking people in off 91.
Right.
They're checking in off off some side road.
Off a side road there, I think. Yeah.
124 plus. Christian County has done a great job over there of putting signs out on the main thoroughfares to show evac. Routes and things, so that if we have to route folks to get them home and those kind of things, there's directives out there with signs and other things to help that happen. So
it's fear of the unknown.
Oh yeah, it's fear of the unknown.
But you don't want to, man. I mean, there's lots of things going on. You ought to do something. You don't want to sit around and live in fear all weekend and be scared to leave your house when the event is just such a family-friendly, free event, man. Get out and be involved. And
let's come back. I want to take a quick break, and let's come back and let's talk about the event itself. We've listed some of these artists. Let's talk about these artists and the preparation that you all and the steps you've taken, and a fantastic event that's been planned here. And we need to get that out because this is a fantastic event. And let's come back. We will take a Mrs. McLovett's Cupcake Craze break, and we want you to go to her Facebook page and Instagram and check out the flavors of the week at Mrs. McLovett's Cupcakes. And we'll take a string beans coffee break. We'll be back here on Tiger Talk on your hometown radio station at 8:33.
Shh! It's Princeton's best-kept secret. Pardon me?
Mrs. McLovett's Cupcakes in downtown Princeton. It's truly the best-kept secret in Princeton. Come down and enjoy a delicious homemade cupcake made from scratch and only from the finest ingredients. While downtown, enjoy a sweet treat on the patio in front of our shop. It's a delightful way to spend a moment with a friend or someone you love. Check out Instagram and Facebook for the Mrs. McLovett's Flavor of the Week. Mrs. McLovett's Cupcakes on Lower Main in Princeton, where there's always room for a cupcake. Phone 270-963-2544 to place an order.
String Beans Coffee House in downtown Princeton specializes in made-to-order espresso drinks, hot, over ice, or frozen. They serve lunch Tuesday through Friday from 11 to 2. Like them on Facebook to view their weekly menu. They also rent out the back room for birthday parties, anniversary parties, and baby showers. That's String Beans Coffee House, 108 East Main Street, Princeton. Give them a call, 270-365-0550. We are coming back, and I left the mic open. That's good. Hey, but that doesn't hurt anything, does it? Hey, it's radio and it's fun.
That's
so
right.
I don't think anybody said a bad word or anything like that. So we're in good shape.
Listen, I've always been accused of having trouble, and I don't keep my mouth shut anyway. So
I'm on Zyrtec D too, so I'm a little bit out of it this morning. I'm kind of things are a little bit wavy, and I don't know what's going on. Every year about this time I get one of these summer cold kind of things, man, and I have to just kind of medicate up. So sorry about that, but you got to hear some good conversation anyway. Here we go. Let's talk about the day, and let's talk about the days, really. I mean, you've got 3 big days planned here of all kinds of activity. And let's go through and talk about some of these artists, because these aren't just guys that just play here and there. I mean, these are quality. I've heard some of the music. Brother Harrell's has had some on Crosstalk, and it's a variety. So everybody's taste should be covered with these artists.
Yeah, well, I mean, some of the morning events from the Crazy Tie guy and his family. He's done ministry with us several times in the prison. The entire family is gifted in some arena of I don't know if you call it just juggling, circus act type activities. I mean, they're just really gifted. It's very entertaining. Everybody thinks they can juggle, and maybe you can juggle 3 balls. They're juggling 8, 9, 10 balls. It's unreal on a unicycle, blindfolded. I mean, it's just unreal what they're capable of.
Wow.
And,
He was good enough to be on the Advil commercial. If you've seen it, he's underwater juggling bowling balls.
Oh, okay.
So,
and
anyway,
they have a positive, family-oriented message mixed into what they're doing. So they're given in their entertainment as well. Nobody would not like that. You just will not watch it and say, man, I don't think I was any good. It's just impossible.
How can you not?
So
Yeah.
talented.
as Torey's going through that list of folks, let me just say this: the main event at night. Of course, we did have to get sponsors to pay for that. But if you come out during the day, those folks are listed even as helping, and they're volunteers, meaning they've come from Louisiana and Alabama and Tennessee and folks, and they're spending their money, their energy, their resources to come and participate with us because they believe in it and they wanted to be a part of something bigger and encourage the folks around here. And as far as safety and security, those kind of things, these folks have worked with us on a regular basis, and they've kind of got an HR heartbeat, so they're a part of the big picture of helping encourage folks that are out there. I promise you, you'll be blessed. But just know that all those folks are doing this for free.
That's right. Well, and then you got Clint Clarno, who's a professional painter, but God's gifted him in being able to prepare a message through a painting. And you know, you see different things on Facebook. He's one of those kind of guys that's creating something that you think you're trying to figure out, and then by the time he gets it done, you think you know it's not working out, and he'll spin it, flip it, turn it around, or whatever, and it's something totally different. And there's a message in it. So it's one of those things that when you watch it, you won't get up from it and go, gosh, that was terrible. I mean, you just can't. It's impossible to not enjoy that.
Mm-hmm.
And there's other things going on. I guess I don't even know. Paul Daly, is he doing the full horse whisperer thing?
2:30. Actually, he's going to do a mule this time. He's done several horses for us, but partnering with folks there in Fredonia at the Western shop, they're going to bring out a mule, and he's going to
down at Wild Horse Western.
Wild Horse Western.
Yeah.
They're going to help us out. Miss
Give
Lauren
them a plug today, Lauren.
Yes, sir. They're going to help
Devin.
us out with that. At about 2:30, he's going to be on the field doing that. And again, it's set up where you can catch several things. God's Cowboy Armor. If you've not met Mr. Peanut, he'll be out there with old Western attire and just a real Western attitude, and he can explain to you how all the things of life in Western realm connect to the gospel and the Bible, and how those things are pertinent to giving us the message that we need in what's going on in the world that we're in. And then again, it flips over, and we start from the main stage with events, and we're excited. Brother Ken Freeman be here, and then Ravi Zacharias' ministry will be here on Sunday night. And
well, let me say something right there too. Some of these artists that are coming, I mean, God's just worked things out for us to get artists each year. But Stephen Malcolm, you know, maybe hip hop's not everybody's things, but it's some people's thing. And there's a message to be told through different genres of music. I happen to like most all of them, so I enjoy everything. But maybe hip hop's not your thing. But there's a gospel, positive, encouraging message through what Stephen Malcolm has to do, to the point that he was one of the artists this year on Winter Jam, which Winter Jam's the national touring, you know, Christian event that goes all over the nation, and he's one of the artists. So we're real fortunate to be able to pick him up. It's just nice to have him. Rapture Ruckus we've had before. I don't really even know how to describe them other than when we booked them in SummerSlam, I was a little concerned that small, you know, our little community in Princeton was not maybe going to be able to handle that.
Not ready for Rapture
Not
Ruckus.
ready for Rapture Ruckus. But I'm telling you, to this day, I promise that has been the most electric fan favorite group that we've ever had here, and we've had some big groups here.
And it's a show.
It's a show.
They're
I mean,
ministers,
it is
but
a show.
but they are good showmen. They make a presentation to get you involved, and
People said they liked them, and I didn't even know like them. Doris York was up, getting with it, and
way go, Miss Doris.
yeah, Miss Doris was looking good. But you know, it's just incredible. And then Finding Favor, they've been around for several years. They have many hits that people will know if they just they may not know that it's Finding Favor singing the song, but they've heard the song. So they're on there. And then, of course, you know, the Crabs speak for themselves. I don't even know what to say about somebody
Well, Jason,
Jason Kraft.
if folks don't know, just received an award for being placed in the Kentucky Music Hall of Fame, and so he's got like a list very long of Dove Awards. And here's what I'd say about them: they are on international stages, all of them, but they're very earthy people. They're real hometown folks, and when they come to minister.
They're just from up the road, aren't they? Really?
Yeah,
Not too
Logan
far.
County
Logan
area.
County, yeah.
Jason was very disturbed that he didn't get to present for us because of the weather last time, and he made it a point to let us know whatever we need to do to get him here, and that's how basically we got the whole
family.
Whole family. I think there's a couple of cousins who are out on the road singing that are not with them for this, but who knows? Based on what they've done before and what's going on, they may show up too. You never know.
And that's your headliner, basically. The Crabs,
that's
Jason
the main
and
Sunday
Crab
headliner.
family, yeah.
And, again, to speak to the event being free for people to come and enjoy. I mean, he just sold out the Carson Center at $35, $45 a ticket not too long ago for just him.
Yeah.
And he's coming for completely free. So
his family.
Yeah, with family.
And they're all talented.
Oh man, yeah.
What is RZ? What is it?
Robbie Zacharias.
Robbie Zacharias.
Robbie Zacharias is an apologist whose worldwide ministry connects to the intellectual realm. He is an apologist who is on the stage in Yale and Harvard and all over India, all over anywhere else, Cambridge, discussing the gospel, discussing the scripture itself, and his people are very well equipped. He's got several that work with him, and Nathan Rattenhauer, who is his right-hand man, who is the scientist of the bunch, because of his background and the schedule, is the one that's coming to make a presentation that relates to how science and faith connect, and the apologetics of that process to let people know what this whole thing's all about and how the gospel connects to all that. So I'm interested
That'd be interesting.
myself.
It
seeing
will
that.
be. It'll be a deep conversation.
And then on Monday he'll be back on the stage just to do a quick conversation and kind of a Q&A for people sitting out in the field to check it out.
And then let's kind of get into that. We've got a few more minutes here. I definitely want to talk to what's going to happen. What can folks expect? You got 1 o'clock. You got a focused observation. So we're getting close to totality there. I think totality is going to hit about 126.
Yes, sir.
And let's talk about that time and what your plans are right about that focused observation, and then as you wrap up this event.
Because people don't know exactly what's happening, there's going to be, again, those various speakers, and Jason Lindsay, who is from Paducah, who's the science guy, he's going to do a few things on the stage before that to kind of get everybody's attention and kind of calm everybody down and let the kids have a good time. So we're hoping that folks will get their concessions and have their picnic baskets and stuff. And at noon, RZIM will kind of make another presentation just to prep people's hearts and minds. Look, this is what's going on. This is spiritually and scientifically what's happening here. And then at 1 o'clock, we'll kind of back off of everything and just let folks, from their perspective, kind of watch the sky. I was out yesterday afternoon, and there's some things that have been done out there on the property, including water lines and other things. But I went out just to see the location. And at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, 1:20 in the afternoon, when it's directly overhead. There's not a spot on the farm. I went out just to check and see. There's not a spot on the farm. It doesn't matter if you're sitting left or right or front to back. All you got to do is look up, and you're going to be able to see this presentation. And basically, there is a pinpoint time where there's 160 seconds where the moon has moved itself in front of the sun and the corona, and there's been presentations from science and other folks showing what they're expecting out of that, which is phenomenal. I mean, here's the deal. You can go to the Super Bowl or you can go to Disneyland, but this is one of those deals that you don't have to pay for, and it's not going to happen again. So basically that's going to happen for 160 seconds, but before and after, there's about an hour and a half time period here.
That you're going to be watching this thing move.
Things are happening. There's a shadow moving, and they tell us, and I went to SIU for a meeting and some other things to gather information. The birds are going to start chirping like it's morning time.
Roosters crowing.
Oh, yeah, different things are going to be happening. And,
Probably hear one out there.
I don't know. The possums may swing from the trees or something. I don't know. But the world's going to be a little different at that moment, and it's our goal just to let people sit and absorb that and collectively. And I think, you know, folks have said they're going to sit on the front porch and those kind of things. I think that's noble, and you're going to be excited about it. But being a part of a large crowd of people that get to experience that together, I think is, again, mind-blowing that folks from all over the world have got on planes and drove all across the United States to get here to spend their money in people's homes and the motels and stuff just to see that, and to gather in the yard together with that to see it. I'm going to be like the kids, mind blown. That's all I can tell you.
Well, it's a fantastic event. Honestly, as we sit here today, you best to say, well, how many are you? I know you're preparing for, you know, thousands, but just do you have a clue? I mean, as far as your campsites and everything concerned, don't mean to put you on the spot. I mean,
no. There's over 100 camp spots already registered, and every day we're getting 2 to 3 more requests. Had a email this morning asking, I got 6 people in my family, can you tell me where to go be housed, or is the camp spot still open? We're well over 450 people in that collection of people that are in the campsite, and we could probably take another 100. So between that,
you got 300 volunteers.
I was going to say 300 volunteers, which are registered. Okay, what that means is, like, Torey's family's registered, mine's registered, and then you've got somebody from a family that can work 1 day or 2 days. They're registered, and their people are coming out to be with them.
Leads me to this. What is your most pressing need for folks that are listening and hearing right now that we can help you with? You need more volunteers? I mean, what are some of the needs that you all need to make this a success?
The collection list of some things, as far as volunteers, if they want to continue to do that, they can register. You can't be an official volunteer with the T-shirts and the food and things, but we will give you a spot to help us with trash and different things, helping with the stage, and you get a lanyard, those kind of things. You have to register because of liabilities and other things. But if you want to do that, you can still do that. You just won't be what we call an official volunteer. The other is there's a list of things that we've asked folks to collect, like the sunscreen and the soap and the toilet paper and all those things that were on the list. If they go to our Facebook page, they can pull that up and look at it. Those are important, and I'll speak out loud, and Torey can back me up on this if he'd like. We're not struggling with the budget, but he sent me a list of checks that we got to write for the artists and everybody else. And so if there's another sponsor out there, matter of fact, today, first thing in the morning, Willie down at Pacesetter is going to help us out, get the banner ready.
Right.
If they want to make a contribution to being a sponsor, today is the day. Call Torey down to office or his cell number.
Somebody want to help out with that, get in touch.
Connect the dots. That would be a huge blessing. I'm not begging, but since you've asked, if people want to continue to do that before the deadline's over, please contact him today, either at the office or on his cell phone, or holler at me, and we'll get you connected. But
it's an opportunity for you to advertise as well. I mean, we'll recognize those sponsors. So I mean, it's not for nothing, but
right.
There is a lot going on. There's no money to be made by anybody on it. It's just an opportunity for a nice, free event. Nothing wrong with people trying to make money, but this is not for that. This is a message presentation of hope, love, and it's just free for anybody that wants to come out.
Let me speak to that too. We are blessed because we have sponsors from our community like Goodwin Insurance, and as you all have helped us with advertising with WPKY, our community embraces what we do for these events, and we're grateful for that. And for those that are skeptics out there wondering, we're not doing this to make any money. We won't make any money. It's not our goal to make any money. And at the end of the day, what's happened historically over the last 9 years of doing this is if there happens to be any portion of funding left over, it's put in the pile for the very next event or the advertising to get things going for the next event.
That's right.
Be honest with you, these events, it's just a God thing. It has never affected the general budget of what we do in ministry for 29 facilities and the thousands of folks we share the gospel with daily. It's not been an effect on that. So it's because of sponsors and things doing that we have that liberty. So you just those of you who are wondering and the rumors that go around, they're making a bunch of money off of it, no money to be had at the end of the day. Well, this is a free event, and free means free, and the whole deal is if you're sponsoring, participating, or you've given money to volunteer, it's all going so that those 15,000 plus people who walk out there can have an experience. They don't have to worry about paying for it. For instance, we got 50,000 plus bottles of water that we're giving away. We could charge $2, $5 a piece a bottle of water the goal is not money.
Right.
The goal is serving those that are coming. Our Savior served us and served the world. Our goal is to serve this community and those people, and we're praying that 3,000 people get saved. I know this secular radio, but here's the deal. We're praying, believing, we bake cookies, and we're looking for folks to show up and
It's your audience.
seeing
you know,
folks move.
No, and just to wrap up, what a fantastic event you guys have organized. I know it hadn't been easy, and I know there are things that you're going to have to adjust on the fly to. That's just when you put together
That's
something
normal.
this large. But we also want to remind folks too. You talk about this and not making any money going back. You'll be back next year with your downtown event. There won't be an eclipse, but you'll be back doing the same thing that you've been doing for years. This is just a little bit grander, a little bit larger, and is in conjunction with a grand event that that it just happens very, very rarely. So
To be honest with you, I'll say this as we get ready to close. Every time I drive by the Butler Yard, even though we're preparing out there, I don't know about the rest of the community, but there's something to SummerSlam and us presenting it, and even as we work and sweat and are wore plumb out at the end of the day, it's just exciting for me. And I this is going to morph it a little bit, but I'll be honest with you, I have missed the setup and the process of hanging out in the Butler Yard with everybody and having a good time. So I think this event is going to, in a sense, morph that as far as size and experience. Yes. But we're grateful for Princeton, and we're grateful for the Butler Yard, and we're grateful for the sponsors. This community needs to embrace coming together to see and serve a lost and dying world, and we have fun doing it.
That's right.
awesome. Well, thank you for what you've done. This is a fantastic event that you guys have put together for free.
We appreciate
And,
WPKY giving us liberty to come on here regular and inform folks. And as I've said before, Ty, we're grateful for you managing and taking care of this. And
Glad to do it.
The Tiger, because our community is well blessed to have a local station who is supporting and encouraging what's going on in the station. So those of you who are listening, come by, give them a shout out, and if you can advertise or do something with them, get involved and do it, because we have the privilege of having a radio station that's all about the community.
Hey, we did this whole thing, and I failed to mention Ken Freeman.
Okay.
Free babies coming.
Man, listen.
Oh yeah, and a lot of folks have
Just
seen
straight
him
up.
at SummerSlam.
Yeah. He's one of a kind.
He's fancy. So, and
we love him.
when's he going to be there?
He'll be speaking Saturday night in kind of the more contemporary event.
Okay.
Portion, but Brother Ken's got a great message and a great communicator, and what an encourager. And man, we're so thankful to have him.
Oh yeah.
He does things for us kind of on the fly like that, and man, it's going to be good. You don't want to miss that.
All right, folks. It's SolQuest. It's August 18th through the 21st. WPKY will have a reporter there throughout the weekend. We'll be coming back and forth throughout that weekend to let you know what's going on, but we encourage you to go out there and experience it yourself because we can't give you the full experience of that, and we want you to go out there. Hopefully we've laid any fears aside that you might have. Get out there and have fun at SolQuest, because it is a once-in-a-lifetime event, and we want you to go out and experience all that God has blessed us with and this great event that these guys have planned. So thank you all so much for what you've done. Appreciate HR Ministries, Goodwin Insurance, and wish you Godspeed for this event, safety, and just a good time for all. So thank you all very much. All right, you're listening to Tiger Talk here on your hometown radio station, WPKY The Tiger. Torey Hammett of Goodwin Insurance and Brother Harrell Riley, HR Ministries. They are putting on the SolQuest event out in Cerulean, August 18th to the 21st. This is a free event. Head on out, folks. You'll enjoy this once-in-a-lifetime experience right here in our backyard. You're listening to Tiger Talk on your hometown radio station, WPKY The Tiger.
Since 1978, Perry's Floors and More has been selling, installing, and servicing homeowners throughout